I was reading Heidegger as part of my postgrad study in preparation for a lecture, and it got me thinking about the origins of the universe and matter and thingness. So I'm going to sort of briefly kind of critique the argument for design by looking at two aspects of the creation argument and sort of seeing how inherently they're incompatible. So the first part of this is the first proposition, essentially. The key proposition of the creation argument is that something cannot come from nothing. This is the fundamental thing. Something cannot come from nothing. So a creator is required. So a will is required to make this choice to create something from nothing. Because something cannot come from nothing. I'm just stressing that. Now, the only thing that disregards this law, that something cannot come from nothing, is God, because apparently if you were to question someone about this, they would say that God is outside of space and time, although he can intervene in space-time, or he can be the cause of space-time. So bear that in mind. I'm willing to actually accept that, okay, God doesn't need to be created. He can come from nothing, or he has always been there. And something that exists within space-time cannot come from nothing. So I'm willing to accept this particular proposition because I think that the next set of the argument for design that we're going to look at contradicts it ultimately. So this second argument for creation essentially goes along the lines of, you see design all around you. You see design on the earth. We see things and we see patterns, we see beauty, we see design within them. Ergo, they must have been created by a creator. So that's the rule there. We look at things that men have designed, or humanity has designed rather. We look at this can of deodorant. That's designed, isn't it? And this pipe, that's designed, has parts that fit together, and scissors, they are designed, the little nail scissors there, and this pen, this felt tip pen that I've been writing with, that's designed. So we can see that there is design within everything, even if it's an object that a man has designed, like a pen, or in the case of the argument, the creation argument, something that God has designed, like a banana, or a tree, or something along those lines. So we see, or even us, because we have been created by God. So this is the second argument. But here is where it gets interesting, because the deodorant can, the pipe, the things that we see that are designed are made out of stuff. They're made out of things. They're made out of matter. The scissors, the pipe's got wood and plastic. The pen's got, different sort of coloured bits of plastic in it. This has got metal and plastic on it. So it's designed and it's been created, but there has to have been something for it to be created from. There has to have been a material with which it has been fashioned, it has been created. So to say that we are designed is all right, but it's going to have been created from something. A door is going to have to be made from wood. Curtains are going to have to be made from a fabric. A beautiful mountain that looks designed by God is going to have to be made from rock. A banana is made from peel and flesh and whatever. The tree that it comes from, that's made of wood. That's made of from a seed, which is made from another thing, which is made from another thing, which is made from the ground. You see what I'm getting at here? So things must have always existed for God to make things out of. But apparently, because something can't come from nothing, only God can do that. So, yes, okay, I'll accept that God created me, but what was I before God created me? Was I just bits of skin floating about and he just put me together? Because I'll accept that I'm designed, I'll accept that God created me, but what did he make me from? Because I know that when I die, I will go into the earth and I'll still be I'll be different chemicals and different atoms, but I'll still exist. I just won't exist in this form. Everything will always stay how it is, but it just won't be in the same forms. So, by saying that something can't come from nothing except for God, and by saying that God is the creator, and that we see design in everything, similarly we see design in man-made objects as well as nature's objects. Surely, like in man-made objects, they are made of matter. Nature's objects too are made of matter. Matter cannot be created. Matter cannot be destroyed, but it is constant in the universe. So how did God do that? Was there matter before God? Matter has existed in space-time. God is outside of space-time. Did God just sort of walk up to space-time and see matter within it, and then just, make something up like you would with some clay or something, or some blue tack that you found on the floor? So yeah, just something to think about there. Anyway, so there's a bit of a flaw in this argument. But I suppose you might as well say, it's God, he can do what he wants. But in that case, there's no point in using logic or reason. So anyhow, I hope that's interesting in a way. Anyway, take care.